KwaZulu-Natal Premier Sihle Zikalala has launched the Youth Business Empowerment Fund. This dedicated fund is to give the province's economy a boost, and this is a province, of course, that has seen the unrest, as you've seen there in the previous story, as well as devastating floods, which have left many businesses on their knees, while thousands of residents have been displaced. Let's talk more now on this as we speak to KwaZulu-Natal Premier Sihle Zikalala. Mr. Premier, thank you so much for your time. Khuzeni, let's begin here. We talk about this fund. Who stands to benefit, as some of the viewers are watching tonight being curious?
Thank you. May I start maybe on a separate issue just for a moment?
Yes.
We would like to assure the people of KwaZulu-Natal that, as we reported earlier, that MEC Nkonyeni was involved in a car accident. She survived slight injuries. She is at the hospital. It was just after myself and MEC Nkonyeni, together with the team, finished the meeting with His Majesty King Misuzulu KwaZulu-Natal at Ulundi. But we want to assure all people of KwaZulu-Natal to remain calm as the MEC is recuperating at the hospital.
All right, thank you for that.
Yes, of course, for the KZN Youth Fund, we launched the Youth Fund in 2019 as an intervention to assist young people to enter into the mainstream economy. Young people have been isolated and marginalized. They've been at the lowest level in terms of economic opportunities. That is the same with women. So we launched dedicated fund that provide grants to young people who are presenting viable business plans that shows that they will be sustainable. So when we launched it, it was 50 million, but the Department of Economic Development contributed on top of the 50 million that was allocated by the Premier's office. And that became 70 million. They contributed 20 million. So we disbursed 69 million to young entrepreneurs. And there have been thorough assessment on the success of those entities on the work they are doing. The legislature concurred with us that young people who benefited were doing wonders in the economic space. Then we agreed that we should then take this allocation into 100 million. So the KwaZulu-Natal Business Fund for this current financial year will be 100 million. We will be focusing on sectors that are sustainable, such as agriculture, manufacturing, the green economy, the blue economy, information and technology, and tourism. We want sectors that will create more jobs.
And are you hoping that this also goes towards even, ending some of the scenes that we saw during the unrest, young people really going to these shops and really becoming a situation that really appeared to be desperate?
Yes, there is a sense of neglect, where young people feel that they've been neglected, they are not given support, and this will help us address that situation. But on top of that, we've got a dedicated intervention that seeks to ensure that we support people who are involved in trading activities in township and rural economy, in rural areas, where we support them through the bulk buying, especially those who are trading in their stores and in the retail stores and in spazas. So we would want to stimulate the township and the rural economy so that people will have that comfort and understanding that their government is doing all to empower them and to ensure that they enter and participate in the economy.
Let's talk about also the situation with the floods. I mean, giving us an update on the latest, because yesterday we saw 5 houses being handed over, but there are also calls for government in the province to collaborate with more organizations to fast track this. How do you respond to those calls?
Yes, those calls are correct. We must cooperate, we must join hands and work together. Right now, KwaZulu-Natal can report that 85,280 people were affected by floods, with 461 fatalities. And you will see that the number is too high. And the people, the bodies that have not been identified is 23. So you've got 23 bodies that have not been identified as yet. And we are working to ensure that we get relatives and conduct DNA so that those people will also be given decent send-offs. We are collaborating with various NGOs and various organizations that support through humanitarian support. We are grateful of the support we've received so far. We are working hard to ensure that we build houses, especially for people who are housed in temporal, in community shelters. And community shelters are community halls and the churches. Right now, we have constructed 310 temporary residential units. And the temporary residential units are durable. They've got a lifespan of more than 5 years, and they are private, and community or families live together in a private space where they will enjoy their private life as a family. So we are working on that. We are aiming to house 4,396 people who are currently in various churches and halls in KwaZulu-Natal.
And very briefly then, how far are you in terms of restoring water to some of the areas that have been affected?
Indeed, water services, water, electricity, and sanitation were hugely damaged. But we are working hard to ensure that we restore water. We can report that in areas of Ilembe, in KwaDukuza specifically, there's been no water, but we are working to ensure that interventions have been done to deliver water through water tankers.
All right.
In eThekwini, we're focusing on building those treatment plants that have been damaged, but in a short term, we're using water tankers.
And Kuzen, if you may allow me, please wear a different hat and be the provincial chair of the ANC there in the province where you are. Would you say you are coming back as the chair, and how concerned are you about the divisions ahead of the conference?
No, I am not going to answer the first question of whether I'm coming back or not coming back. That is neither here nor there. I'm an ANC member, and we joined the ANC not for positions. So the concept of coming back and not coming back is totally irrelevant, because we are in a revolutionary struggle. We have to pursue the revolution, whether you are in politics or you are in a position or not in a position. I'm not concerned about issues of nominations of various people. That is fine. But I can say the level of unity so far is quite pleasing. The nomination of various names does not amount to divisions. In the ANC, we are in a movement that is steeped in the culture of democracy and ensuring that we engage robustly. So we are free, we are proceeding, preparing for the conference as the ANC announced early this morning the logistics of the conference.
All right, thank you so much for indulging us there, Kuzeni. Do appreciate it. That was Sihle Zikalala, KwaZulu-Natal Premier.